Hello everyone and welcome to episode 9 of Doom the Dark Ages. In the last episode, we took on the Sentinel Command Station and From Beyond. Otherwise known as one of the shortest levels of all time, goddamn. Anyway, with this, I have a special announcement. I cannot believe I'm about to announce this. I'm going to be doing this episode, and the next episode is actually going to be tomorrow. There is a good reason for it, but this is the one and only time where I'll break schedule, where usually I do this every other day. But the reason why, I'll get into it in a moment. But just know that it'll make perfect sense when you consider the fact that this will be the last time we're going to be in Argent Veneer, which is, yes, the name of the planet that we've been on. Anyway, welcome to Spire of Nerathul. Also, I kind of spoiled the name of where we're going with the description, but everyone's played this game at least once, right? Anyway, Spire of Nerathul. Thira and the Kreed were pulled into an unknown dimension. The Makers... I spelled Makers wrong, didn't I? Yes, I did. Shit. I'll have to correct that at a later point. It's just, I get mixed up sometimes. Trust me, I have a pretty smart brain. Anyway, the Makers discover a way inside. That looks ominous. It was also the same thing that we tried flying into a while ago. But, you know. Anyway, no way it's gonna warthog, but it's fun. Alright, starting off, we have 5 collectibles, 11 secret areas, 359 gold, 3 rubies, 2 wraithstones, a health essence, and a ammo essence. And this is also the level where we're gonna get the final weapon in our arsenal. At least in terms of ranged weapons. As you know, we only got 2 melee weapons. We got 3 runes, but we're bound to get a 4th one, I think. Oh, it glitched again. Cool. So, the challenges, which apparently I've already done halfway on this one. Heart Harvester. Kill all leader demons. Master Blaster. Damage demons with 250 auto turret rounds. Expert Stalker. Chase and destroy 2 Hellfighter ships. As you would expect, this is easier done than said. I know the term is usually easier said than done, but you can use it interchangeably. But yeah, so we have a secret in this little area here, so pretty cool.
Why would they hide this from us?
But we're also going to have a brand new enemy. So this song is officially known as Ancestral Beats, and you might notice that it has a striking similarity to another song from 93. So this song, I believe, might be a reference to Nobody Told Me About Big. I think. Not sure. So also, this only accounts for how many rounds total the turret has fired, not how many enemies you've hit. So you don't have to worry about, oh man, do I have to hunt down 250 demons? No. That is quite weird though, that it glitched out this way, because normally when it's glitched out with these levels, it's the collectibles that I've gotten. Anyway, we have a secret over here, which is gold. And the good thing is, it's pretty easy to get to. What? Say hello to the Komodo champion. The Komodo is basically the same thing as the Agadon Hunter, only this one's offense-oriented and not defensive. So, bear that in mind. So basically, think of him like the Agadon Hunter, but a lot more aggressive and will attack you a lot more frequently. But, in comparison to the Agadon Hunter, he's a pushover.
We found a control switch.
I'm not going for the control switch. So this right over here. Probably wondering, okay, well, how do we get in there? That's the funny thing, I don't know. What I would be saying if I did. Just gotta go down here. Here you go. So already we have 50 gold out of 300. We got a lot to do. This is a colossal level. Like, absolutely immense. But that's a good thing, because this game is all about exploration. Just like the old Doom games. Yeah, are you noticing a pattern with this game and why I love it so much? Even more so than Doom 2016 and Eternal combined? It's because it borrows so much from the spirit of the old Doom games that it feels like... It feels familiar, but in the best way possible. Because you have Doom 2016, where you had the double jump in, and, you know, the introduction of Mick Gordon's music, which, granted, that was awesome music. I'm not denying that for a second. Then you have Eternal, which had more acrobatic maneuvers, like dashing, monkey bar stuff, you know, all that stuff. And that's fair. But that's also kind of detrimental to those games because they kind of take away from the vanilla Doom experience that the games were once known for. I'm not saying I hate the games for that, but I will say this. This is my absolute favorite out of the four. Because of how much it borrows from the original games, while still maintaining a fresh feel. That said, though, there is one other thing that this game borrows influence from. You might know that this game, as you would expect, is made by id Software, the same people that made a certain other franchise that, you know, will be turning 30 next year. So you're probably thinking, okay, well, what does that have to do with anything? It's where we're going to be going in the near future. Or if we open this up...
The Church wants the Kreed and Thira safely returned, and they're willing to help. According to the Makers, inside this tomb is a deity, that will lead you to their location. The Bishop's ministry has asked that the Slayer alone take this mission. They trust no one else. I cannot disobey the Church, but will be on alert.
Alright. That's a lot. Fun fact, on my first time playing this, I thought that was a fish. It's an arm from a dead demon. There's nothing else over here to look at, so I think we're in the clear. So, let's take flight.
The entire structure was built just to keep this creature in stasis. We need to wake it up. Makers have given us directions.
Targets identified. Locking coordinates.
And now we have the 4th shield room. But we're going to switch back to the auto turret. So, this shield room is my favorite of the bunch. Heaven Splitter. Carried Hellsurge projectiles are now converted into bolts of lightning. When the lightning bolt impacts a target, it will trigger a lightning strike that stuns nearby enemies. Think of it sort of like the same effect as the shock from the plasma rifle weapons, but also, yes, that is a fish. Alright, so we got a rune over here. Let's try and get it. No, we can't. Yeah, you're gonna have to look hard for this kind of stuff. Which is fine, because I like that. I like having to actually work for the rewards that the game wants me to get. Like, it's the end of the reason why this game is my favorite of the 3 modern Doom games. Because it's not afraid to make you look for stuff that you wouldn't think about. That poor fish is just like, what's he looking at me like that, man? Alright. We just caused an earthquake in water. Anyway, we got... Oh. You're gonna have to forgive me for all the rumbling around and stuff I'm gonna be doing here, because I haven't played through this level in quite some time. Although I did have to play through it quite a few times to get all the collectibles and whatnot, just to get everything. But, yeah. So we got... Oh, here it is. We got... Oh. Oh, here it is. Yeah, you just swim down here. At least we're getting hit with fireballs, not enemy projectiles. Yes, my foot got tagged by fire. Underwater, no less. Alright, so that is secret area number 2. But we've got a problem. Or if we go up here and get our armor back, there's some of it. We got some company. And now you're starting to see why I like the auto turret, the Heaven Splitter. Yeah, so think of it like this. The Heaven Splitter basically does the same thing as the plasma rifle, where, you can shock enemies. That's pretty cool. Your challenges. Alright, we have another 75 left for yes, it does count for every single one. Look at that. Already done. One of the challenges. But we're not done with this little area just yet. We still need to get this stuff over here. Which thankfully we can do. So all we need to do is go this way. I don't believe you can revisit areas that you've already cleared. Yeah, so there's that. But we're not done yet. We still have this. I thought that was a zombie for a second. Mega sphere over there, I think. Alright, so we have one Wraith Stone. When are we going to use it? I know exactly what we're going to work on. So, who's ready for another mastery challenge? Eat this! You have to hit enemies with every pellet from the shotgun. You have to do that 150 times. Thankfully, I can do just that. And now, with that being all taken care of, because we got everything in this little area, meaning that we have all three secret, not all three, but we have both of the secret areas here. Let's say we finish up this little tally, and then go to the next one. But you might notice, if you're into a certain type of literature, a sense of familiarity.
Vital signs rising.
There's one of the Hellfighters. So you only have to take down 2 of those. That's good. What's also good is the fact that you can literally just cause Sarat to just use his wings as an air brake. That's actually really cool. Yeah, you can't re-land over here, unfortunately. So once you clear out an area, you need to make sure that you have everything cleared out. Because you can't revisit it in that same playthrough of the level. You'd have to play through the level again just to get it. Which kinda sucks, but it's not all that bad, because, you know, this level's got a lot of stuff. Oh yeah, there's also a secret down there too, so you can go ahead and go down there. Well, we can. What we gotta do is just go down here. Alright, so we got some gold down here. Alright. I think there's more secrets down here too. Maybe. But, yeah. Yeah, there's some gold over there. Believe it or not, this actually leads somewhere. To the secret area. Use where we're going to have a Wraith Stone, and there's going to be something else too. Sorry about that. I'm checking the time right now, just to make sure I'm not gonna lose track of time. This level is pretty long. Remember, you can melee enemies to get ammo. That's always good. Right. But yeah, that is the challenge for this weapons mastery, is hitting every single pellet on an enemy. It's easier to do on larger enemies like Mankibai and stuff, so just keep that in mind. Yeah, this secret area will give you both the Wraith Stone and the Torch. I grabbed both at the same time! Okay. Yeah, there we go. There's Surat, our goodest of boys. So, that is the middle collectible, and that's just one of the Wraith Stones. From my understanding, I think this is one of the only levels where you don't have to get wolf statues to get the rubies or the Wraith Stones. I might be wrong, but I'm not sure. But with that being said, let's get back to playing. Don't worry if you missed one, there's still 2 others left. Even then, that still sucked. Like, you have to follow those guys, like, really closely. Let's get this one. This doesn't have any secrets inside of it. But apparently the game thinks I've already explored it. But I haven't. On this survival. So we got a shrine over here. Oh, there we go. That's not a ledge. got all 250 demons gunned down with the... But we got some secrets up here. We got a gold chest. We got another collectible over here, which thankfully we'll be able to get. All it is just another toy or something. Yep. You got the Arachnithon, which ironically enough is not very strong. And we also have a Cacodemon hybrid. So this right here is a doozy of a secret. I'll explain. You have to find a way down there, right? You're probably thinking, well, how the hell am I supposed to do that? Well, all it takes is observation. Observation is apparently a skill I don't have. Wait. There it is. Yep, there it is. Yeah, I forgot you have to blow up those barrels in order to get it. So the thing about barrels, they explode. That's it, that's the tweet. Back it up, everyone. Alright, so then is 6 out of 11 secrets. We got some gold up here, which we'll be able to get. Hopefully. Yeah, I think we should be able to. Right? Wait, hold on. Okay. How do I get up there? Oh, that's how. It's like a switch or something that you have to get. To see how to get it down. Yeah, that's all you gotta do. Ow. Yeah, that's literally all you have to do. You get to go up here, grab the gold, and grab the ruby. And have a voice crack too while you're at it, sure. Alright, so that is 7 out of 11. And then we have some fights down here. One of them being an essence, the other one being required. But, yeah. Anyway. That's not where you're supposed to go! I feel bad for the craftsmanship. Okay, so we got health here. Cool. But we also have a little secret down here. Remember everyone, this game doesn't have fall damage. You are the fall damage. Alright, so this is the normal Komodo, I've got to mention. He's dead. Look at that, we're just about halfway done with this. Yeah, so this is the not 7th secret. I thought it was the 7th, or not 7th, 8th. So we're gonna fight over here, and then we have this one over here, the smaller one. This is where one of the essences is. So what I recommend doing is do that first. And now it's a secret area. Yeah, we might as well go ahead and do this. Just to confirm something. Yeah. You don't have to worry about, you know, See that gore mess thing over there? That's what we gotta do. And kill those guys, I guess. So, who's up for a good old-fashioned bashing? The other bad guys? Where are the other demons? Done the barrel stuff. And we also have one of the essences, the health essence. So now we're at 170 health out of 200 max. But we still have some stuff that we need to collect, such as over here. this everything. Yeah, we got 8 secrets now. But yeah, so I did a lot of brainstorming about how I should approach this episode. Like, should I do this in the next one like I've been doing lately? Or should I just make it to where... Also, by the way, if you want to do this first and then go to the door nest thing over here, you can. Because you have these little grab things on the wall. You don't have to worry about it. But, what I was going to say is that, I ultimately made it, my brain focus. I don't know why it's not letting me, brain here. What I'm trying to say is, I came up with a conclusion that what I should do is do this episode today, and something I was going to talk about is the fact that tomorrow I don't have to worry about cooking dinner like I usually do every day, well, except on Tuesdays. Because of the fact that my papa is going to be going somewhere for the evening, so I don't have to worry about that. I can just cook my own thing, or still cook the same thing I usually do on Fridays, but eat my portion. But as a result, I've decided to do the next episode tomorrow. Hopefully this won't, cause burnout. If not, then that's good. I hope not. Anyway, that's the second emitter unemitted. Right. Getting a little bit closer to our goal. And one step closer to a very special friend, albeit in a different form. We'll find out what I mean soon enough. But yeah, so this is probably the longest level in the game. But that is a-okay with me. Alright, that's expert stalker done. See how easy that was? You have to make sure that you get them by the time they reach here, or else they'll warp away. And there is no way to make them respawn. Anyway, we have yet another secret area. We have a ruby. We have a shrine here. We have another secret over here with some gold. But yeah, we're doing pretty good. And the even better thing is that this is only a small portion of this level, because we have the 3 stasis emitters that we have to go after. But that's only a portion of what we have to do. There's the entire tower itself. Oh, there's the side demon. Yeah, there he is. Alright. Time to do you like I did in 93. Not getting a invisible one. Boom! Alright. So. I think it's about time, given the fact that we're about to go to the very dimension this weapon is from, to get ourselves yet another mastery on the way. Cosmic Breach acquired. Mastery challenge. Cause explosive cosmic breach damage to demons with fully charged greater chain shot impacts. That could not be any easier. All we have to do... I'm also going to go ahead and get the upgrades for these. Anyway, so, are you ready for the rocket launcher to become one of the most overpowered things ever? For 250 gold, you can parry a Hell Surge attack, which will allow you to self-heal. And this goes for any Hell Surge attack, not just projectiles. I think it's about time we get that. And we still have plenty of spending money, so vampirism. So, vampirism is yet another $250, not dollar, gold. There's no microtransactions in this game. It's good. Finally a game that doesn't do that. Then again, this isn't a live service game. Anyway, so at maximum firing rate, demons damaged by Ravager, the Ravager will drop health tickets, which you can use that in tandem with the rocket launcher's cannibalism, thereby allowing you to essentially heal when you get hurt. So for example, I have the Ravager equipped right now. First, we're going to go ahead and get the, almost at the room, the ruby over here. I didn't know. No, I am trapped. Whatever shall I do? Look at that. You can literally heal just from shooting this thing. Best believe that I say that this weapon is the ultimate power fantasy in terms of how awesome it is. Anyway, with that said, we have our third and final ruby in the entire level. It's still not a secret though, it's just an optional challenge. Probably wondering, okay, well, how do we get this secret? do is the keen eye. Yeah. That gets us up to 237 gold. And we have ourselves a life sigil in case you need one, which we don't need one, thankfully. I don't suck at this game, but I'm not the best. It's kind of the reason why I play on lower difficulties. I'm not... okay, so I'm about to go on a small rant here. First, I need to... 303. I need to plug in my VR headset real quick. So, I'm gonna go on a small rant. I have a friend on Facebook, which this isn't a witch hunt, don't worry, I'm not gonna name any names, but this guy on Facebook that I'm friends with has sometimes blabbered at me about, oh, well, dude, I'd recommend playing on the harder difficulties of the game because you'll enjoy it way more. Bear in mind, I'm a pretty skilled player. Alright, I'm not trying to say for even a split second that I suck at games. I don't. I'm actually really skilled. But the reason why I always prefer to play on lower difficulties is just simply because of the fact that I'm a casual. To just put it simply, I'm a casual. Not only that, but I do prefer to play games at my own pace, and this is why I like difficulty settings in video games. So whether you're not, whether you're playing, this game, or, maybe even one of the older Doom games that have difficulty settings, or any game in general that has difficulty settings, you don't have to feel bad or feel punished by the fact that you get to choose that difficulty. Because all it means is that you're playing at the skill level that you're choosing to play. It's not trying to punish you, it's not trying to make fun of you. In fact, that's one of the reasons why this game's easiest difficulty is Aspiring Slayer instead of I'm Too Young to Die. It's because I'm Too Young to Die could technically be seen as a way to make fun of the player for playing on a lower difficulty. But it's also a way of showing, hey, you may be new to the series. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. But what I want to say is you don't have to feel like someone's going to put you down for playing on a lower difficulty. Like, take it from me, you play however you want. If you want to play at the hardest ever difficulty and punish yourself for it, that's fine. If you want to play on the easiest difficulty in a game to get the hang of it, play at your own pace like I am, not punish yourself with Dark Souls levels of difficulty, that's fine too. But the bottom line, don't listen to people who are gonna start trash talking you for playing a game at a low difficulty. Because here's the thing, they aren't your boss. Not only that, but last I checked, this is your game. They didn't buy it for you and tell you to play it a certain way. You bought it for yourself to enjoy how you want to. So, if you want to play it on the hardest difficulty and try and get everything in the game, like absolutely everything, that's fine. But if you want to just go for the bare minimum and get pretty much everything aside from the hardest rewards to get, that's fine too. But essentially, you don't have to worry about people nagging at you about, hey, why are you playing on this difficulty? It's because they want to. It's not so much that they suck at the game, it's that they just want to. So, I hope that alleviates people's worries about, well, you're playing on the hardest, you're playing on the easiest difficulty, why aren't you having any problems? The thing is, this game allows you to master its mechanics at any skill level, which is also the reason why they have those difficulty sliders. It's just an easier way to get into the game. It allows you to fine-tune your experience. Anyway, got some gold over here. Anyway, look at that. We got 10 of those guys already. So you gotta do that 100 times. And bear in mind, it says explosive damage, and it could be to any other demons nearby. Don't have to worry about. Look at that, we're already at 32 out of 100. That's good. But yeah, I hope my little yap session there calms people's nerves about what if a friend of mine makes fun of me for playing on easy difficulty in a game like this. Don't listen to them, alright? Because as far as I'm aware, that's why the developers put difficulty settings into the game, is for any skill level to approach it. Part of the reason why I don't really like games like Dark Souls is that people can say all they want, oh, it's easy, you just have to do this and this and this and this and this, you gotta get this build and all this stuff. Why should someone feel obligated to jump through so many hoops to get the best possible thing just to make the game easy for them? If anything, wouldn't it be better to, you know, play the game on a difficulty setting that fits you? And, you know, for me, like, I'm really good at this game. So if I wanted to, I could punish myself by putting it on a higher difficulty, but that doesn't necessarily mean I have to. Because the whole point of the difficulty setting is, you know, playing at your own pace, you know? Anyway. We need to go over here now. So, let's go! Let's go to Earth. Oh. 2 minutes and need to start up the oven. Nice. Alright, so we got a boatload of gold over here, which is awesome. We also have a toy. And we have another demonic essence over here, which is good. Also, you don't have to worry about falling off over here, because that's just an error when you happen. Alright. Yeah, so if you want to know about how to get all that gold, there's a path right over here. That did count, right? No, it didn't. See, that's what I mean. The explosive damage only accounts for damage done to nearby enemies. So, just simply causing an explosion doesn't count. Just remember that when you have this mastery, you also have the ability to parry enemy attacks. There we go! Alright. So, that brings us up to 277 gold. Why not climb even higher? But yeah, so again, hopefully that little chatter I did about you not having to feel bad about playing on a lower difficulty calms people's nerves a bit about, well, I want to get this game, but I'm worried I'm going to look like a chump if I play on an easy difficulty like you. That's the whole point. You're not supposed to be a chump when you play a game like that. The whole point is that you're having fun. Damn, that was cool. Anyway, shit. Oh, I forgot something. Ah! Okay, that is the 10th secret, I think. Yes. And we still have one collectible to go, and that's going to be on the tower that we're going. First, however, we need to take care of a little bit of business. You see, we have a fight there. I think that's the demonic essence, if I'm not mistaken. Oh wait, no. Now I remember. This is for later in the level. Because of this. You're gonna want to remember this for later, especially this right here. You see that? And how the game says to obtain the BFC? That's right. Well, in the previous games we had a big frickin' gun. In this game we have the big frickin' crossbow. Or, as it's officially known as in this game, the ballistic force crossbow. Which, just like this weapon that we're using, is from another dimension entirely. And I think it's about time, well, in the next episode after, that we actually experience that. Yeah, we're already more than halfway done. Yeah, we're already at 80. And we still have the leader team we need to take care of. That's it. Yeah, the Cosmic Breach ability is going to be your best one. Just and with that, we've gotten all 3 challenges for this level done. But we're nowhere near done with this level, so we have one last secret. Ready to see it? Not the secret, I'm talking about the other thing. Because you're going to love this weapon. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you the big fucking crossbow. Not the actual name, I just wanted to say it. Look at this. So you're telling me that we have essentially a ballista that isn't a ballista. They could do this. Yeah. So, it doesn't have the same homing 10 rules as the BFG 9000 from June 2016 and Eternal. However, what it does have is quite possibly the coolest ability ever. Screen nuke! Yeah, that's right. This thing is essentially a screen nuke. Well, not exactly. Also, you can only carry 3 ammo at a time, and while you're using the BFC, you can't use the shield. It is the only single time where a weapon used by the Demon Slayer in this game is two-handed. Which, yeah. How big this thing is. But why have size when it can make fries? Also, I've decided I'm not gonna correct the misspelling of Maker, because honestly, like, it is pretty confusing, but it's still pretty cool. Anyway, now we have a new element to the HUD. It's still not intrusive. Anyway. So, there's no secrets up there, which makes sense. And this leads us into the final area of this level.
What happens if this creature doesn't want to leave?
We have no choice.
If anyone's going to be scaring it out of here, it's going to be me. Also, this looks like I'm going to be real here. This fleshiness kind of looks like a giant golem. Don't ask me how I know. I've seen some shit, man. Alright. Let's go. We have one of the Wraith Stone, which we're gonna get. Don't worry. Look at that. Probably wondering, well, who's that? You'll find out. Alright, we got gold up here. Pretty nice. Pretty cool. Alright, look at that. We're already done. Just beat that thing to a pulp. This is how you get this secret over here. So you get a DFC, ammo, ammo. So we got a treasure chest up there too. But that wasn't the secret, now was it? There is a lot to this tower. Trust me. A lot. Example. That's not the example. Yep, there we go. I'm not done yet. Still got more. As they say, the more the merrier. Also, just wanted to show that off, because yes, there are, in fact, glory kills in this game. It's just that, for the sake of streamlining the experience, the glory kills are now like that. Like, you just finish them off. It's basically the equivalent of saying, you don't want to take the flow out of the game. In the more recent updates, you can actually remove the slow-mo effect from carrying and doing the glory kills. It's actually pretty cool. This just takes us back here. Quit shaking the tower! I'm not actually upset that he shook the tower. Yeah, you can just do that. You don't have to, but it's there. There's no secrets there either. There's nothing over here. I mean, we got that, but, you know, we're not done. But not by a long shot. Looks a little familiar to anyone taking the H.P. Lovecraft. Alright. We're almost done. there's our last collectible, other than the Wraith Stone.
The final safety switch is ahead. Ready for release of Titan-class entity.
Once through the rift, you should pick up the Kreed signal. When you find them, the Makers will guide you to an exit.
Where is the Wraith Stone? I might have to do another playthrough of this level just to get the Yeah, that's all I have to do. So I'll finish this and then I'll show what I missed. But for now, until we actually get to that. Need to do something. Alright, and I'm back. It's time for us to go to... Yeah, at least this one won't take very long. Well, see 2 people watching. Yeah, so I only have 1 out of 2 Wraith Stones. It's because of the fact that I missed one. Thankfully, however, all you have to do, like, okay, so, yeah. That is the only secret I'm missing is the other Wraith Stone. Thankfully, I know where it is. Unthankfully, however, I forgot to show it off. I mean, then again, I was kind of in a rush because I was about to cook dinner at some point. Anyway, we'll be dealing with this and the 3 other levels after this in the next episode. But for now, we gotta go back. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Why would they hide this from us?
The game does save your progress, so if you find a secret in the thing that's associated with it, that's all you gotta do.
We found a control switch.
And now I will show you the one thing I missed.
The Church wants the Kreed and Thira safely returned, and they're willing to help. According to the Makers, inside this tomb is a deity that will lead you to their location. The Bishop's ministry has asked that the Slayer alone take...
The entire structure was built just to keep this creature in stasis. We need to wake it up. Makers have given us directions.
Targets identified. Locking coordinates.
You're somewhere. Hello, camera. I know the wiki said something about something that you had to find. That's not it. I think it is down here. I'm not going crazy. I know vaguely where it is. This elusive bastard right here. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the one thing I missed, because quite literally, it's in the background. How am I supposed to know? Like, I've played through this level dozens of times. Not dozens, but you know, like, quite a few times. The problem is that it blends in so well that you don't even realize that, you know, it's one of the secrets. Like, that's how well hidden it is. We have to fight for this thing. What did I see? And there we go. There is our last remaining secret. Yeah, that's right. That was literally the secret that we missed. And, so the good thing is, now that I've done all that, yeah. Now it's at 100%. And now, with that, join me tomorrow, actually, for the entirety of the Cosmic Realm. Yeah, that's where we're going. But with that being said, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you did, I can't fucking speak. If you did, then like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. You don't have to do any of that stuff, but it is certainly appreciated. Cool. I was able to finish that sentence without fucking up. Anyway. Yeah, with that being said, catch you all next time.